A little bit of change today. You know what? Music. We're going to listen to some music soul child today. Okay? Some of the songs are going to replay. Alright? But we just want y'all to understand music soul child is going to be playing in the background.
I just knew. I knew that she was my wife.
If this is don't change, then he's going to be doing a little bit of half crazy and so on and so forth. But ladies and gentlemen, we just put up this video on driver's licenses. Now, I didn't go a lot into driver's licenses because we figured you would take a look at the Thomas Clark Nelson information. We showed you how to find that information, so hopefully you will find that. Now, this is what I want you guys to know. YouTube finally took down the video on child support. But it's okay because we put it back up. Okay? Now, a lot of you were interested in child support. So let me explain to you what's going on with your child support and how you can go about taking care of it. Now, many of you were asking, do you do child support? No, I don't do child support. I will give you some points, some advice, legal advice. That's right, I said I'm giving legal advice. Oh, God, what a world we live in. Oh, no. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, child support is not a simple thing, nor is it a thing to be taken lightly. There are a lot of people who, sorry, I got to turn off my voice recognition. There are a lot of people who believe that they owe child support. There are a lot of people who believe they don't owe a god thing. Okay? I'm not here to tell you whether you owe child support or whether you don't owe child support. That's not for me to say. That's for you to determine. But let's understand what child support is. You are being told by a agency of the state, a private corporation. That's right. Most of you are going into court. Yeah, private corporation. You ain't got no jurisdiction over me. Shut up. Okay, many of you are doing that. You're wrong. Because that's not your argument. We're telling you that so that you know that in advance. But what you must understand is there is something called a birth certificate. Okay, that birth certificate is a contract. You don't have to go into court saying the birth certificate is a contract. Okay, God, stop it, people. You don't understand. You can't just go in there saying these things or going into court saying these things. You just need to understand that it's an agreement created by you and the state. With that certificate, the state creates an agency. Don't go around, they create an all-caps agency. Stop it with that stupidity. You just need to know that they create an agency. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, remember, they registered a birth certificate. It's registered like your car. You register your car with the Department of Motor Vehicles. You know what you're required to do? You're required to do everything that is required under such registration. It's a contract. Well, you registered with the hospital when you checked your wife in. We need to fill out some registration papers. Okay, sorry, you did that. And so you're under contract with the state. Why? Because every hospital is an agency of the state. Okay? Then the county recorder signed it saying, I'm a witness to that. Ladies and gentlemen, so if you have registered with the state, deregister. I put deregistration. That's one I won't. Now, pay attention. I never mentioned it this way to you guys, but pay attention. Voluntary deregistration. You may apply for voluntary deregistration by lodging an application for voluntary deregistration of a company. Then it says Form 1610. For us to accept your application, we need to fulfill these requirements. All members of the company agree to deregister. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want you to understand. You're not going to get this form. This is not the form for you. I'm just telling you this is the process that you're going to do. You are going to deregister from the state, from contracts with the state, any and all contracts with the state. How do you do that? ladies and gentlemen, you give notice to the Secretary of State, okay? Because we told you guys that you have to state registration, okay? Resignation of registered agent, okay? But what they say, they don't have me listed. I don't give a, they have you listed or don't have you listed. The point is, you have to understand something simple. You just have to notify them. You have to give notice. That's all you're doing, okay? I apologize to most of you. I was up from Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. until last night, Thursday, at 10 p.m. And then I went to sleep at 10, well, about 10:30, 11, and woke up at 6. So I got at least 9 hours of sleep last night. And for the most part, I stayed asleep the entire night because I was that tired. There was no waking up in the middle of the night, which is what I normally do. Went to sleep, stayed asleep, woke up at 6, made a call to Verizon because they changed something on my account, and I want to yell at them, want to tell them what y'all think y'all doing, but we didn't do that. Now let's get back to taking care of the registration issue. Now remember, you have deregistered from the state, but your child is still a ward of the state. Okay? The state exercises what's called parental guardianship. Okay. Watch this. Termination of guardianship. Uh-oh, I really messed up. My spelling is horrible today. Wasn't even looking at the termination of guardianship form. Okay, petition to terminate guardianship. This one says probate, ladies and gentlemen. We ain't never told y'all this before. Look, ending guardianship. Guardianship, this is at family law. For many relatives that agree to end the guardianship, you do not need to give notice. Just ask them to sign a consent to terminate or waiver of service filing in order to terminate guardianship. They have forms on there, but you're going to do this with respect to U.S. government. Go into probate court. Okay, what are they going to do, Tully? Oh, no, that's not the process. You can't do that here. You're in the wrong place. You got to go someplace else. If they do that, that's fine, people. But you have followed and did what you were supposed to. Look, conservatorship was appointed guardian of the estate. Pay attention. If you don't believe me, pay attention to what this is saying. This is California. These are the courts. This is what's going on. And they give you all the different rules and everything. Well, you're going to go in and say, oh no, the state has guardianship and I don't want them to have guardianship anymore. I want to sever that relationship. Okay, once you get full control, then you can go to the wonderful court of stupidity, that is Social Security Administration, and get what you got to get. Now look, am I going to tell you that this works or not? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know because I'm only just talking about it right now. Oh, this is my song, Love, y'all. Y'all know about love? Love, there's so many things I got to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. This is love, y'all. Come on, music.
There's so many things I've got to tell you, but
Wait, who's he talking about? Love? Well, just like Al Green did. Let's talk about love. And then you got Patti LaBelle that does her song about love. Everybody who does that song and they highlight and they refer to it as being a personage, well, they're supposedly talking about God. And if you listen to this song by Muzak, there's a possibility that you look at me differently, love. Ever since the first moment I spoke your name, from then on I knew that
without you being in my life, things were destined to change, 'cause love.
Okay, that's who he's talking about, y'all. I didn't know it at first until I listened to the words, and then I understood it. But that's enough about music and love, okay? Well, you can never say enough about love. What's wrong with you? Okay, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Okay, this is just how my mind works. I didn't plan on talking to you about these forms or even bringing up this conversation, especially talking about guardianship. I was only going to talk to you about child support and how to get rid of it, but then I started talking about the fact that there's a contract. My mind thinks logically, so if there's a contract, you must terminate that contract. Well, how do you terminate that contract? BC support. That's SATCOM contacting me. Anyway, how do you terminate the contract, ladies and gentlemen? Well, then we just start. Okay, let's see. SOVEREIGN. How do we terminate sovereign guardianship? Yeah, let's do form. Okay, because remember they have the power of sovereign guardianship. So we're going to put sovereign guardianship in quotation marks because we want to highlight that phrase. At the time of application by the defendant, it may be assumed that the general sovereign guardianship of the state is such that it extends over the person of all minors residing or domiciled within its jurisdiction. Ladies and gentlemen, it's adopted by the Supreme Court. Pay attention, the opinion of the Commission of Appeals of Texas adopted by the Supreme Court. This is Texas, people, and they talk about superior guardianship. Now let's go ahead and go to this NRC and look at this guardianship. To terminate the source of mineral license, which requires the individual or territories that fall under its sovereign guardianship, establishes an organizational interest. Pay attention, sovereign guardianship applies to all corporations. That's why you hear people talking about, you're a corporation, you're a corporation, you're a corporation, your mom is a corporation. You understand? He said your mama's a corporation. That's right. She incorporated herself and got so many other minor corporations. And then she's trying to merge with so many other corporations. I think she's a corporation. Okay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, possesses exclusive sovereign guardianship powers as to the person. Excuse me. The official opinions of the Nevada Attorney General. Ladies and gentlemen, this video is not going to be long. This is just me showing you that the information is out there. Did I know that this was going to say this? And I'm going to download this form because this is an Attorney General talking about exclusive sovereign guardianship over all individuals. Yes, you better believe I want to get this document because we have an Attorney General confirming this issue of sovereign guardianship. Okay? Emancipate yourself, people. You don't have to go to court to get emancipation. You don't have to go to court to be free. I believe this is just me. I'm thinking right now, people. I'm not on this subject. When I get rest, I promise you, my mind 100 miles an hour. Okay, sheriff and constables. Pay attention, people. Why is this thing sent to sheriff and constables talking about sovereign guardianship? Okay? And this one is talking about constables may collect fees for travel incurred for unsuccessful attempts to serve process. Okay, why is he talking to the sheriff and then bringing up the sovereign guardianship? So you better believe I'm downloading this form. Why? Because I don't care about the rest of the stuff. Yes, the rest of the stuff may be impotent, but over said child. Okay, we all know that an adult, in order to get rid of the childhood, must do what? They must do an affidavit asserting their ownership over their birth certificate. Look, by a petition on 18th August 2017, supported with evidence in the form of 12 affidavits, the petitioners allege that they engaged in an exercise of sovereign guardianship. The petitioners' dissenting opinion Democratic of Africa. This sovereign guardianship is not just here, people. It's in every country because this is the form of government for the world. It's the illuminating idiots. He said they were idiots. That's right, because they think that just because they put it in writing, it becomes law. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if they can put it in law, and this is India, ladies and gentlemen, this one right here, see, enforcing widowhood in India. Look at that. But pay attention, feudal law of sovereign guardianship over all infants. See, it says, is inclined to rank the desire to evade feudal law over sovereign guardianship. First among the causes of those child marriages. Okay, sovereign guardianship, maintenance and protection of children. Ladies and gentlemen, sovereign guardianship has nothing to do with children, but it has everything to do with a ward. So emancipation, that's how children, they just did an episode on the movie, what's that movie, TV series, Bull. I think Bull is full of bull, and he's got some coming after his name. But the episode they just did, which was so childish, because it was about a child, an 8-year-old who wanted to be emancipated from her daddy. But ladies and gentlemen, the information is right there in front of all of you. Like I said, I'm going to keep this video short because I wasn't planning on talking about all of this. But I'm pointing you in a direction that some of you, if you're thinking correctly, you'll be able to do exactly what we're talking here. People are not talking about this, but that's what you're going to have to terminate. Remember, that's their term, sovereign guardianship. It's not a term that I created. It's their term that they created. But back to the issue of child support. We told you about the SSA 445 form. What you're finding is that whoever is rejecting your SSA 445 form, I'm going to start telling you to do it this way, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to go over the rules for filling out that form. Fill out the form on their behalf. Put yourself down as an authorized agent. Okay? Fill out the form on their behalf. Put the information as best you can. Put their address and then send it to the Social Security Administration. Okay? Do that with tracking. Send it to them in a priority mail envelope. And if you're going to do a label on a priority mail envelope, print it up, type it up. Don't handwrite it. Don't handwrite anything. Do it all in letter format. Okay? Find out who their human resource officer is at that particular location for that so-called child support agency. And send it on their behalf. Why? Because you are the grantor of the contract. So yes, you can sign it on their behalf because you are the grantor of the contract. Well, they said that I'm not the grantor, and they said they're going to get me for violating the line for lying on a document. Excuse me? Ladies and gentlemen, I can't walk into court for you and tell you, excuse me, has anybody put any proof on or evidence in a record that this person is not the grantor? They made the presumption. It's up to you to refute it with a preponderance of evidence to the contrary. That is the fundamental principles of presumption of law. He who makes the first presumption does not have to prove his presumption. If you want to rebut the presumption, you have to do it with a preponderance of evidence to the contrary. That is the Judiciary Act. Article 3 of the Constitution, annotated. Okay? Annotated. It says it right there in presumption of law. Does it really say it in presumption of law? Look here, you ignorant. I'm sorry. I'm not calling you people. Yes, I am. I am calling all of you ignorant. Because I've been, and yes, you can get offended. I don't care. I've been putting this stuff up on the internet for way too long. Okay? This is the laws that you didn't know existed. Remember? I kept telling you about not being able to locate this, but how I put it up there for you. And when I did the video in 2012, well, it tells you what a presumption is, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And it tells you what the, pay attention, fundamental principles of presumption of law. Okay? Oh, okay. My phone just hit 100%. Evidence, an inference of an existence of one fact from the existence of some other fact, founded on previous evidence of their connection. Anyway, or it's an opinion, which circumstances give rise to, relative to the matter of fact, which they are supposed to attend. This is their stupid case law, okay? To constitute such a presumption, a previous experience of the connection between the known and the inferred fact is essential, of such a nature that as soon as the existence of the one is established, admitted, or assumed, the inference as to the existence of the other arises independently of any reasoning upon the subject. Without facts, people, it follows that the inference may be certain or not certain, but merely probable, and therefore capable of being rebutted to the contrary proof. So if you're going to rebut it, you have to provide contrary proof. In general, a presumption is more or less strong according to the facts presumed is necessary, usual or infrequent consequence of the fact or facts seen, known, or proven. When the fact inferred is the necessary consequence of the fact or facts known, the presumption amounts to a proof when it is the usual. But in veritable consequence, the presumption is weak. But when it is sometimes, although rarely, the consequence of fact or facts known, the presumption is of no weight. Presumptions are either legal, artificial, or natural. And it explains presumption. Yes, this document, Laws That You Didn't Know Exist, is amended by me on our site at satcom911.com. Ladies and gentlemen, some people are still confusing me with Satcom. I am not Satcom. This is not Satcom's site. Satcom is not a sponsor of this site. No one is a sponsor of my site. No one pays me to talk to you. I talk of my own volition. I don't ask for subscribers. I don't look for views. Why? Because I'm not looking to have myself pimped out by the guys. See, all these people who are asking you to subscribe, they're looking for sponsors. You get a certain number of subscribers, then you get sponsors. What are these sponsors? What do they do? Well, they advertise on a person's site. These sponsors are trying to get access to you. I've already told you I'm not going to let anybody pimp you. Let's get back to the child support thing. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, there's an account. Yes, the account does exist. I just had somebody email me today saying that she was able to call and prove that the account exists. She sent me information, even the TDA information. She sent that to me, showing me that she has had some little success accessing the account a different way. She was given that information, but I'm going to take a look at the information when I get time, and I'll look over it. I will determine whether or not, because the person, I definitely know that they're not lying to me, but I have to look over the information, because once I put the information out there, if I were to put it out in the format that it's sent to me, you guys would kill it, because all of you would do it, and then you would start doing it your own way. Sorry, I don't want to hear it. That's what you do. Do not call me asking me for the information. I'll put it out when I get a chance. I'm not in a hurry to put stuff out like that, because I told you, I'm not going to advertise such junk. And when I say junk, it's not something that I need to work on. I don't have any bills, people. It's not that I don't have any bills because I've been so perfect in correcting everything. I don't have any bills because of the way my lifestyle is at this time. We are working on something. I'm going to get ready to show you guys about getting a land patent, and it'll probably be a service that Satcom will eventually offer, but I'll show you guys about getting a land patent and how a land patent is superior to any other deed on a property. It is the most superior deed you could possibly have. I will show you that the land patent process I did in New Mexico. I won't show you that process. I can't show you exactly how I did that, because I don't want any of you having a 3.5-year cruise, adventure, vacation in the tropics. We don't want y'all having that. So I have to be very responsible in what I tell you, okay? Because eventually people are going to call me on everything I say on video. There are going to be some people, well, I tried to do what you say, and look at that. I spent 18 billion years in jail, and they're telling me I need to pay 40 cents in fines. I can't afford 40 cents. What's wrong with you? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to remember something. Those of you who are being ordered to pay. I had somebody who was ordered to pay his appeal bond in cash. Pay attention. U.S. Treasury. This is half crazy. Uh-oh. I'm just typing in, I don't know why I get haves. Anyway, HAVE, have no value. Federal Reserve notes have no value. Okay, I'm just typing it in, y'all. Legal tender status, Department of the Treasury. Okay, I didn't say this. Okay, look, it says it right here. Rapidtrends.com. It almost became money. United States notes versus Federal Reserve notes. We're not concerned about United States notes. That's not the point. I put in U.S. Treasury says Federal Reserve notes have no backing. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need the whole article. This was 2011. This is a newsletter from the Treasury. When somebody asks you to pay a fee, you ask them, in what species are you requiring me to pay a fee in? Then you send them the 445 form and you let them know that I'm sorry here, Mr. Ignorance, okay, Mr. Stupidity, Mr. Moron. The Federal Reserve notes say that we can't speak to y'all anymore because we don't know what we're talking about. I got to put a comma here. I'm doing a motion for somebody. Notice of appeal and all that stuff because they being stupid. That's right, I said they being stupid. Hold on, put this here for y'all. I'm not putting this here for me. This is what I'll be attaching to my letter. Congress has specified that Federal Reserve banks must hold collateral equal to the value to the Federal Reserve notes that the bank receives. Federal Reserve notes are not redeemable in gold, silver, or any other commodity, including the services and goods of the nation. Hold on. Okay. I had to make sure, y'all, because some of the songs on there, I don't listen to. They just stored on my computer, and haven't had a chance to go through thousands of songs that I told y'all. Let me now we ain't got to show y'all that no more. Well, anyway, let's do this again. It says Federal Reserve notes are not redeemable in gold. I just would get rid of the in gold, silver, or any other commodity, because remember the thing actually goes on to say, but they're backed by the goods and services. That's a commodity. Goods and services are a commodity because goods and services can be sold. The interest can be sold. And I want y'all to pay attention and receive no backing by anything. This has been the case since 1933. I didn't say this, people. The Treasury said this. Well, no, because you haven't shown us where the Treasury said it. You just showed us that it's not backed by anything. Yeah, I know. There are those. No, you guys got to understand. There are those people out there, some of them very ignorant, that will say stupid things like that. Even though I'm showing it to you, they will sit up there and tell me I didn't show y'all nothing because they're not aware of the other videos that have been done. So if you got a court that's ordering you to pay child support and threatening to put you in jail, then you need to ask them exactly how would you like that to be paid. Because if I don't have any access to money, and I do not have access to money because the law says it doesn't exist. The law says that there is no such thing as Federal Reserve notes having value. If I don't have any access to it, how can I utilize it to do anything with? And if it has no value, how can you accept it as having value? Because I don't have access to it, I can't print this stuff. Well, I can print it up, but then you will try to get me for counterfeiting something that has no value. Do you guys understand what I'm saying here? It's all a joke. It's been a joke from day one, but you all have been falling into the joke. And then when you started sitting up there going blah, 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 and blah, 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 and sovereign citizen and blah, 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 and HCR 1 and 2 and blah, 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 you started giving them ammunition against you. This is the paragraph it's taken from. Federal Reserve notes are not redeemable in or backed by anything. This is the part that's missing. Well, no, that's in there. Backed by anything. Now look, right here is the contradiction.
Federal Reserve notes are backed by all the goods and services of the economy.
Yeah, whatever. In another sense, because they are legal tender, Federal Reserve notes are not legal tender. They cannot be used to tender for anything because you got to remember there has to be value and consideration. So if you give a Federal Reserve note in consideration for something or for value of something, remember they have no value. See? The notes have no value in themselves. Okay, I'm going to take that part right there. We don't want, now look, in another non-legal sense, what sense? Senseless? Less sense is what it's talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that was some federal law. No, I don't want this. I want the Federal Reserve. No, it says they receive no backing by anything. Okay, let's do this. Space and that. Is this my half crazy? Oh, this is Mary. Sorry. That's my fault. Some people gonna be mad at me. How you get Mary mixed up with half crazy? Because he sounds the same on all his songs, okay? That goes to his artistry. That's right, I said it. Now shut the up. Okay. Okay. The notes have no value for themselves. Okay? Just that simple. They have no value. This has been the case since 1933. Okay? This has been the case. So at that point, then you use the 445 form. Okay? As I told you, ever since I did that video, Videoland has developed term patent procedure. Doesn't exist. It's mandatory release. A new version is available. Alright. I'ma download it. Alright. Hey, I know what type of car that is. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to get all of you to understand is many of you are stressing about this or that, worried about this or that, somebody demanding a payment from you in a form of currency, the United States, or a coin of currency, or something measured thereby, which is against public policy. What you need to do is create an argument, not an argument that where you can tell it to some other person, your friend, your mama, your daddy, something you can say to the court that shuts them down. Well, I'm giving it to you. I'm showing you from the Treasury's own website. Who is the Treasury? Well, they are the financial expert of the country. And they have determined that Federal Reserve notes have no value. But first you got to get them to say that they want to be paid in money. And when they say, or we can do it in a check or a credit card, excuse me, I don't have any money in the bank. I don't have a bank account. So how am I to pay you? And I don't have a credit card. You must give me a way to pay you that I actually have access to. Well, the only thing we can do is get a check or money order. Well, in order to get a money order, I have to have access to funds, correct? That's correct. Okay, well, I'm going to need another species to pay you in. Or better yet, can I get you to send me something saying in what form you're demanding payment in, especially if they ask for certified funds or a check? Because your certified funds is the 445 form. And once you receive that certified funds request, just take it and send it to the Social Security Administration. Said they need certified funds, and I would also send a copy to the Treasury under 411, Title 12 U.S. Code 411, where they speak about lawful money. Because look, if Federal Reserve notes are to be exchanged for lawful money, pay attention. Then that means Federal Reserve notes are not lawful money. That means they're not legal tender. Because legal tender is the official money of the United States, ladies and gentlemen. It means Federal Reserve notes are not legal tender. Credit is, but not Federal Reserve notes. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just some added information for those of you who have child support, give you some information, give you some angles to go at to take care of some things. Kill those contracts. Now, those of you who are deadbeat dads, who don't care about your kids, who don't want to help your kids, who don't want to be around your kids, who don't want to walk with your kids, talk with your kids, help your kids, you deserve everything you get, okay? Them your kids, you should be taking care of them kids. Just gonna tell it to you just like it, Grandma. Grandma, I'm talking. You just be quiet, okay? You see what happens when y'all get her started? Man, I wish y'all start listening. All right, I done told them, okay? All right. Okay, Grandma. Okay, go back to sleep. Go back to sleep, Grandma. It's afternoon time. Gotta go take your nap. The doctor said you have to take your nap. Don't make me come in here and beat your behind like I did last week. Okay. Grandma, she gone now. Those of you all who have child support, some of you are trying to get from underneath it, and you don't have a good reason. What I mean, you don't have a good reason. You just want to get from underneath it. You ain't worried about the child. You ain't worried about taking care of your child. Do not email me. But I want to take care of my children. I just can't afford it. Don't email me doing that, talking about want me to help you. I'm going to put you like this. You want help? Okay, watch this. Those of you guys who got child support and y'all want help and y'all want to be like, yo, E, Nick, I need your help, Nick. You know what I'm saying? No. You know, that ain't happening. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. ChildSupportAssistance. Child support assistance. Okay, now hold on. That's how you do it first. Okay, then you go. Watch this. Mortgage assistance. Look at that. And then you do this. Foreclosure assistance. So I want you all to understand. Stop coming to me, making me think your situation is so dire. Okay? The problem is, with me, most of you know that I'm not going to, if I do charge you for services, I'm not going to charge you that much. And if I do help you, I'm going to provide you more help than all of these guys. The problem is, there's only one of me. So if your situation is so dire, here you go. You just start doing yourself some looking up for somebody else. I'm only putting the information out there, giving you guys some understanding and guidance. We have a gentleman who sent me a motion that he sent to the court about the code 1901.508. Hold on. 7 CFR 1901.508. You guys are making that the most looked up code there is when it comes to Title 7. But let's get you guys, packed up and ready to go to bed, take your little nap, because y'all need to go to sleep. Okay, because you're getting on my mother's nerves. That's right, I said you're getting on my mother's nerves. Grandma, I done told them, okay? Y'all need to stop that. Y'all gonna make her upset again. Alright, pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. He created a letter, and in his letter, this is what he implied, because he read the endorsement. I have people talking about they're gonna create the endorsement that I put on there. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can do it, y'all can do it. It ain't that hard. But it says the holder will put on there paid to the order of. Okay, now watch this. He said to the court that he gave them their endorsed note, and it was up to them to follow the instructions on the statute, to comply with the statute. It says upon receipt of the endorsed note. Well, that's the upon receipt. Watch this. Get out of here. All right. It says, watch this so y'all can see. The holder will then deliver the endorsed note together with the insurance agreement to the director finance officer. That's all he said. They have to deliver it to this fool, the director finance officer. He put that in his motion because he saw what I wrote on the endorsement. We've given you your endorsement, and guess who the director finance officer is? The director or insured loan officer for the finance office of rural development. Okay? You see that? It tells you who it is. Then it takes you to 1901.503. So he put that information in there. He's an attorney, so he wrote it up as an attorney. Okay? So we're going to give him some credit for doing that, because that's what I was trying to tell all of you to do. But y'all wouldn't listen to me. Y'all wanted to be inactive. Okay? Insurance holder. Insured note. Look, watch the insured note. Any promissory note or bond evidencing an insured loan, regardless of whether it's held by Rural Development in the insurance fund or a private holder, Rural Development as trustee. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, it gives you the definition of all of its terms. So he went and he saw the terms, and what did he do? He wrote them back. A reserve bank, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, or any other Federal Reserve Bank in the Federal Reserve System, or they're fiscal agents of the United States. Okay? As fiscal agents of the United States, acting on behalf of rural development. Wait, the Reserve Bank acts on behalf of rural development? Interesting. Ain't that interesting? Rural development security. Definitive rural development security, bank entry, blah, blah, blah. Ladies and gentlemen, again, what I'm trying to do to you is show you that some people are listening to the video and they're picking up on what I'm saying. I told you I don't label my videos a certain way on purpose. Why? Because I don't need the people who are just here to freeload. I want to come to the party. I want to rock right now. I want to rock right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this ain't that type of party. You don't get to come on over to this party and freeload. No. You are responsible for doing your own homework, your own I've done research, You ain't done enough, so go back and do some more. Okay? As I said from the very beginning, this is how I do my research. The stuff that I've just shown you, I haven't researched this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't researched this. I went here to each of these spots just showing you, if you're looking for it, that's where you can go. Okay, let's get rid of you. I want to go here. Okay, when we took you here, just because somebody sent me this article, and when I got here, I read this paragraph, and I did several videos on it showing y'all this paragraph because the Treasury, but I told y'all, the United States Treasury says that they are backed by nothing. Okay. We're going to be doing a video shortly telling you guys about the land patent that I did in New Mexico and what other people have been doing as of late. This video is not to talk about anybody else's procedure or anybody else who I'm talking to currently. I will not reveal the information that's discussed in their conversations with me, only the information that I know firsthand. Okay? The information that I did, because the process can never change. Why? Because it's land patent. Okay? Okay, land patent. Land patent. Okay, gotta go, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm getting a lot of emails, as you can see. All those little chime. I don't like for my email count to build up. Okay, see, look at that. And most of them have been from Satcom, so I gotta go. So you guys have a good day, good night, good life, and we'll talk later. Goodbye.